Alright guys, Hayzink here, welcome back to the channel for another Street Fighter Duel video. So this video is a follow-up to the video I put out yesterday in relation to scamming. Obviously, if you guys watched yesterday's video, you'll know that they basically made an in-game grant for the Evil Ryu event, and it didn't do what it was supposed to do. So they have addressed it, but they've kind of opened up a new issue, really, that I'm going to go over in this video as well. So if we go into announcements, you can see here, so we'll look at the grant issue here, right? Hello fighters, due to an error with the UI with the Evil Ryu grant, the window showed all of the rewards instead of dividing them between the two different prices. To remedy this matter, the following will happen. Players that purchase the $9.99 grant will be given all of the rewards that would have been unlocked by also purchasing the $14.99 grant. Additional rewards will be added to the $14.99 grant starting from level 8 reward unlocks. Those who already purchased up to the $14.99 will get the rewards from this new $14.99 grant along with the above $9.99 rewards. Lastly, the Evil Ryu grant and grant rewards in general have been increased as well. Thanks for being patient while we figured out a way to give players what they paid for, and hopefully you're enjoying Evil Ryu in this new event. So basically they did exactly what I suggested they should do in my video yesterday. I'm not claiming that they did it because of my video, I'm just saying that was like, there was two solutions. It was either do that or give people an inbox copy of the rewards. This is where it gets slightly tricky, however, though. Because of how they've done it, they've kind of screwed up a little bit. So let me just show you what I'm talking about. So if we go to perks and we look at the grant, right? So this is the grant. What they've basically done is they have taken the line from the bottom, the bigger rewards. So if you look along here, you can see that they have moved up the divination tokens up one. You've got more divination tokens on the advanced tier. If we keep going along, you'll see you've got more car tokens on the advanced tier. You've got more tickets on the advanced tier. So you've basically got what you would have expected to get if you had believed that advertising, right? So you've got your 5 tickets here, your 10 tickets here, so you've got your 15 tickets. You've also got a large amount of your vehicle tokens and stuff like that. Absolutely fine. They've given people who purchased that tier exactly what they saw in the advertisement, right? So nothing at all I can say bad about that, right? That's just great, fantastic. That's how things are. Awesome, right? Where the issue arises though is now this bottom tier, right? So when you upgrade, okay, so when you go from this tier to this tier, there's obviously a purchase button down here. And beside that purchase button, you have some crazy percentage, right? Usually like 2,700% value or 5,000% value, you know how it is, right? That is now retroactively not true, right? Because this tier is vastly, like vastly more valuable than this tier, okay? So what that basically means is if you are a new consumer and you are looking to purchase this tier, you will see that, not even objectively speaking, factually speaking, this tier is a lower value than the tier above it, but at a higher cost, okay? So no reasonable, sane person is going to purchase this tier, because it is actually less value than the tier above it, and it doesn't overall offer rewards that equate to a good value based on what you have just purchased. Now if we look at any grant in this game, every single upgraded tier offers a higher value than the tier prior. So if we go through and we look here, you can see that on these different, well this one's not got it right, on these different tiers, even here it will show you, right? So if you unlock this tier, you would get 9,000, it would say there, right? But if we look at like this tier where I've got the option, I've not even got the option, right? I've not got the option to show you. But whenever you unlock a higher tier, you are gaining a greater value than the tier before it. So this basically means that due to how they've now done this, you're actually upgrading to receive less rewards, but at a higher price. Now, they have said, if you read the wording here, it's pretty clear. Go back to here. It says, quite here, literally right here, additional rewards will be added to the $14.99 grant starting from level 8, right? So it says they're going to add additional rewards into that tier. Now, if I was to bring up my video from yesterday, which, do you know what, I'll do it just now on this video. The whole orientation of this video is going to change because I'm doing this, right? But if we go to here, go to YouTube Studio, go down, so bring up my video from yesterday, and we'll go into here. So if I bring this round and I move it along, we'll find the actual tier from yesterday. So that's the tier from yesterday. So if we look along here, we can see there's 5 divination tokens at level 10. There's 2 of those upgrade balls at level 11, 300 tokens at level 12, 5 gold upgrade orbs at level 13, and 3 chests at level 14. So if I now flick back to look at the grant, so we'll go back to the grant now, and we'll look at here. So I believe, just so that I can actually see this correctly, bring that back up, back to this one. So just to confirm again, at level 11, 2 balls, level 12, we've got the 300 tokens, and then 5 gold things at 13. Back here. So at level 11, you've still got those 300, they've just moved them. You've still got the 5 gold things, they've just moved them. They've added 1 ball into level 9. And by looking at it, the only other thing they've done, I believe, is they've added in this, potentially, and taken away, I think it was energy tokens, maybe. So all in, it looks like they've maybe added 4 EX balls. That's it. That doesn't bring the value up. As a sort of a bare minimum, I think reasonably, if you are someone who had purchased this bottom tier, they should have probably just added another 5 red tokens. They probably had to added 5 divination tokens as well. So 10 divination tokens, 15 additional tickets if you purchase that next tier. That would make sense, and it would mean that when you purchased it, the whole promise of added value, being that it was $14.99, it would have to, if it was going to offer you increased value, it would have to offer you more than what was on the previous tier. So I understand that it's a mistake that they've had to fix, and it's great that they've done that on that middle tier. It's great that they've retroactively fixed that. But what's not great is, because of how they've fixed it, they really have to upgrade this bottom tier. If not, then essentially the promise of added value when people purchase this pack is no longer true. Now, it might be a case of it's retroactively no longer true. It doesn't change the fact that it is no longer true. Anyone who now looks to purchase this will get a slightly more accurate representation of value. However, when you purchased it originally, that promise of increased value of 3,000, 5,000, whatever percent to value it was, it's not true. And it also is a little bit counterintuitive, because realistically, who's going to pay money to unlock a higher tier in something when it's not going to give you value? Okay, even if you were just to look at the cost of tickets on their own, it's not going to offer you great value. So it's really up to you guys to decide what you want to do. I would not recommend upgrading at all to the classic tier. Just do not do it, especially now the advanced tier is what it was advertised to be. That's decent value. Do not upgrade to the classic tier. I feel like they should go in retroactively and do something about this classic tier, because even though it's probably not the largest pool of players, to be honest, although I am seeing some posts popping up on Reddit and stuff, there is players who went ahead and got it because they thought, you know what, that's all we can do. So they've kind of been left a little bit in the dirt here, because again, I can speak from me as a consumer looking, seeing what you get in the advanced tier for a certain price. There is no way I would then choose to upgrade that to the next tier, now seeing what you get in that. So it's almost kind of like you've still been screwed, if that makes sense. So I feel like they've fixed it very well for people who only purchased the advanced tier, but for anyone who went ahead and then pushed on to the classic tier, I feel like they've kind of sort of left those players in the dirt just a little bit, and they really need to do something more to rectify that, because as it stands right now, you've kind of, I think it was what, $14.99? I think anyone who purchased the $14.99 tier has kind of a little bit been duped, and it's a little bit unfortunate. So while I'll give them a thumbs up for fixing the advanced tier, they really need to do something about the classic tier, because as it stands, even though it's retroactive, it's still technically false advertising, because the value proposition that was presented when the classic tier was purchased is no longer true, because they have devalued it by increasing the rewards in the advanced tier. Anyway guys, that is it. So bit of good, bit of bad, nice and balanced. I've been Hayzink, thanks for watching. Let me know what you think in the comments down below, and I'll catch you all on the next one. Peace.